worst time of day to be out spider hunting. First of all, it's rush hour. There's a lot of traffic driving on the road right next to me here. Plus, it's 5 o'clock or a little after 5 in the afternoon. Not the best lighting conditions to find spiders and their spider webs, but let's see what we can find. Checking out some of the population to see how well they did this summer. It's been hot, a lot of low weed levels of growth, insects available, so hasn't been a whole lot of good-sized spiders that I find usually this time of year. But let's go check out here and see what we can find. One of the things I like to do is get down low and take a look in the weeds here, see what I can see. Having hunted spiders for many, many years, I know kind of what I'm looking for, being drag threads that a spider leaves when it travels from weed to weed. Also being able to look for different ways the weeds are formed, so it helps me identify if there's a spider present or not and look for their webs. So I'm going to take a look around here a little bit and see what I can see, and we'll see what we can come up with. Well, I have spotted some spiders. One of the telltale things I like to look for, and I'm sorry for all the traffic noise in the background, is notice this weed right here. You can see how it's bent over, and there are some threads, drag threads, going down over here to this weed. So if we go down from this weed a little bit lower, there is a web here, and there she is. There's our first spider. You can see her right there. This is a Argiope. It's a golden banded, or a banded Argiope, female, and first one that we found. Now just looking around here, I've spotted at least 3 or 4 others as well. And let me show you where they're at. One is over here. Again, they're hard to see, but let me zoom in real close. This is a smaller, same spider from the back side. And there's the spider, another Argiope, banded one, smaller, in that web. And then not far from that one, moving over here, and there's the other one. Again, a banded Argiope. This one has the telltale zigzag or stabilimentum in the web, but I'll point that out here in just a second. The stabilimentum is this white zigzag, thicker webbing that the spider does. And if you were to touch this spider, it might bounce in its web for us, because that's how they tend to want to scare you away. Let's see if we can get this one to bounce a little bit. And there she goes. always tickles me, makes me laugh when I see them try to do that. They think they're scaring you away, and of course it probably would scare some other types of insects or larger prey of them away. All right, so there's another one. Further back we move, the more they disappear into the weeds. And those are quite a bit smaller spiders for what I would expect this time of year. But at least we are able to find some, and that's at least encouraging. We'll see if they plump up as they hopefully have a little more insects to eat. I think the insect population has been low this year as well, which will keep their size smaller than normal, I believe, for the end of this summer. Well, let's see what else we can find. Just scanning my camera about a 3-foot range, and I know you probably can't see it, but we have just captured 3 spiders in that short little 3-foot section. Let me show you up close where they're at, and that's what the art of spider hunting is being able to find those webs. There's one right over here. There's number 1, female Argiope, and then we'll swing over here. Number 2 from the abdomen side, so you can see the abdomen colors of the banding. And then right behind that spider, right over here, number 3, and she has caught herself something to eat, and is digesting the fluids from that particular prey as we film. So there you have it. I'm going to change, try a different field and take a look what else maybe we can find. These have all been Argiopes, golden banded spiders. I was hoping to find a few other types, but let's see what the next field brings to us. And sometimes some of the greatest finds you can make are right around your house. I happened to go over to my son's house to check out a prairie behind his home, and look what I find in the corner of his house. Now this is a great surprise for me because this is one of my favorite all-time Argiope spiders, and it's the Golden Garden variety with the yellow and black banding, which I just love this spider. Let's take a look at it over here. It's right by their vinyl siding of the house and their rain gutter. So here it is. And she is obviously dining on a insect that she caught earlier, wrapped up, and is now digesting with her digestive fluids. Oh, she's gonna bounce. You know, they can sense when you're close to them. They got horrible eyesight, but they can feel with little hairs on their legs, any atmospheric changes or something big approaches, they can feel that. And that's what she's doing at the moment. Now let me get a shot from the front. It's gonna be hard to get in here because of the way she's faced the house, but I'll see if we can get on the front side of her and get a better view of those yellow and black striping, which I really like. It's a bit breezy out here today, so I'm gonna try to slide the camera between the wall of the house and her webbing without doing too much disturbance of her. There's a little better shot of her. I just love this spider. And so glad I found her today, because I don't get a chance to find too many of these, and when I do find one, well, you might be able to tell I get pretty excited. So, great spider. Let's go out the prairie, see if we can find out in the weed area. We'll just kind of take a walk right out here through the weeds. Okay. Boy, you don't have to go too far. Here's another web right here. But the spider has dropped out. Spider, like I said, can sense you're approaching, and sometimes when I'm out spider hunting, they'll drop out of their webs right down to the ground before you even get within 10 feet, 15 feet of their webs. So I'm sure that's what this one has done. Now, if I want to take the time to hang around here, probably would eventually see the spider crawl back up the weeds and get back into its web. But we're going to keep looking around because I'm sure there's other webs and spiders out here. And wow, I'm seeing at least 3 or 4 or 5 webs all around me. So let's see what else we can find. Looking right through this web, the web itself is right here by my fingertips. An orb weaving spider, and another one that's dropped out before we had a chance to get to it. Now this one's home in her web. Another one of the Argiope banded types. Okay, right over there is a nice size web. See if I can zoom in on it for you so you can see it a little better. There's the web, and it looks like the spider is home right in the center of that web. So let's go over there, take a look, see what we can find. Not sure if you can see this web that's right in front of my hand here. Maybe you can see some of the seeds that are caught in it from the prairie. This is what we call the webbing for another orb weaver. However, this one is called a Shamrocks spider, and she is right up here, right at the base of this weed. Now she's pretty well camouflaged, but let me show you where she's at. I'm going to put my two fingers, thumb and a finger, around this weed here, and she's right at the tips between my thumb and my forefinger. And if I apply a little pressure, she should drop out or down. Hopefully we won't lose her into her web a little bit. There we go. And there she is. She's a beautiful specimen of what we call a shamrock spider. She's got a nice dark brown abdomen colored coat with the speckled spots. So, nice little find. And then they had that marbled colored white and black knuckled legs. So nice find. And right by her, just over here, the same spider, the one we saw from the distance, in her web, also a shamrock spider. So a great little find. I love shamrock spiders, especially the different colorations they can have. She's a little beauty. Look at there. Gorgeous coloring, spotting. Awesome find. Well, now I'm getting a little more excited by some of the spiders that are starting to pop up in the fields. I thought it'd be a pretty dismal summer, but this gives me some encouragement to see these guys out here. Again, not as big and plump as I thought they'd be this time of year, but at least there's some out here and seem to be enjoying the few insects that are available for them to eat. Let's see what else we can find. All right, here's the web. You can see the web here with some milkweed seeds in them. And the spider did drop out. I saw her drop out as I approached her web. So let me see if I can find her for you. She's right down here at the tip of my finger. Let's see if we can zoom in on that. You're looking at the underside of her, so it's kind of hard to see. It's black in color. Now let's see if I can get my hand under her, near her. Maybe I'll be able to scoop her up for you. Take a closer look. And there she goes back in her web. Okay, so that's what they do on you when you're trying to spider hunt. They'll drop out the ground and you'll have a hard time finding them. Here's another shamrock spider. Looks like she's working on her web for the evening. See if we can get some closer shots of her. Yeah, there's a good close-up shot of her. She's being tossed in the wind. That's what makes it all worthwhile for me to be out here in the fields. Hope you've enjoyed these few shots, and hopefully there'll be some more as the end of summer and early fall progresses here. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.